This month's movie recap, May 2026, from worst to best, in just under 3 minutes. Thankfully, there wasn't really any stinkers this month, but there was a few that weren't too great, and the first of those being Mortal Kombat 2. The first Mortal Kombat a few years ago is really, really bad. The second one here is quite fun for what it is. The story's a bit silly. It doesn't really have any memorable factors to it, but some of the action's fun, and there is enjoyment to be had in here. Then it was more of a special than a movie, but Punisher One Last Kill, setting up for his inclusion in Brand New Day. Jon Bernthal returned as the Punisher, and I mean, it was fine. It kind of played the hits, it didn't really have much to say, and was kind of just a recap rather than anything special. Fun enough for what it is, but not in any way memorable, as similar to Mortal Kombat. And also following along that trend, probably the biggest release of this month, Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu. A movie that just feels like a longer special of an episode rather than anything meaningful to say, and more of a safe Star Wars entry rather than anything more than that, and quite a safe and kind of uneventful. Yes, some of the action's fun, yes, some of the score is fun that you would expect, but overall, you'd be better watching the early seasons of the show rather than watching this. And then more into the films I thought were the shining lights of this month. First of all, Devil Wears Prada 2. I actually surprisingly enjoyed this quite a lot more than I thought I would. I watched the first one just prior to seeing this for the first time properly. And honestly, the second one feels like, they're two sides of the same coin. Yes, they're different in elements, but also the tone is consistent and both are quite enjoyable for what they are. And then after that, one of the biggest surprises of the year so far, The Sheep Detectives. A movie with talking sheep that solve a mystery. It should not be anywhere near as enjoyable, heartwarming, and honestly emotional as this was, but The Sheep Detectives it's definitely going to be one of the best family films of the year. And then for the two shining lights of May, first of all, The Backrooms. Kane Parsons being so pivotal in making The Backrooms online phenomena such a staple of online culture, and certainly something that is so recognisable, translates into a really surprisingly brilliant film here in the sense of horror, in the sense of acting, and in the sense of that kind of Alice in Wonderland dynamic. I really enjoyed this. But in regards to horror and in regards to films that I really enjoyed this month and of this year so far, Obsession is right up there. Obsession is a film that I cannot stop thinking about since I've seen. I really, really enjoyed. I think it has a lot of layers to it. I think as far as a horror movie, it's simplistic, but it's really effective. And overall, it was, by quite a distance, it along with The Backrooms, summed up a really solid May.